Welcome into a brand new episode of WSI TV. Enjoy the show.
Welcome back into WSI TV. We're going to be covering the upcoming jackpot season, dip into the Trader's Handbook for the Profit Accelerator tool, and we actually have a very special surprise for you here in just a minute. I'm Sean Bauer. With me as always is Jordan Bishop, and we're going to start things off here with some versus results.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a broken record. Sean, you got this one again, but I have to say, as we'll get to, this was the student round.
Yep.
You know, these two stocks were not ours. They were picked by one student who took one of our courses, Retirement Underground, you know, and he picked out two great looking stocks.
Yeah, Jordan, he actually gave us this 4% winner and almost a 10% winner that luckily was mine. Of course, I can't take credit for it because it was just handed to me. And again, we'll get to two brand new versus picks later on. We'll get to that in a little bit. But like I said at the top of the episode, we have a very special surprise for you. We actually have this student. We invited him here today. So we're just going to take a couple minutes here, invite Luke on set with us so we can just answer a couple questions. All right, we were lucky enough to have Luke come in on set with us to answer a few questions. So first of all, how's it going today, Luke?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing all right. So we just had those two really solid winners, 10% from TDoc, 4% from ITIC. And these stocks just came after doing the Retirement Underground course. What about that course did you like so much?
What I liked about the course the most is just how really simple it was.
Yeah.
And the good amount of income that came out of it.
Yeah, we really try to hold your hand, walk you through every bit of it. Looks like that was successful there. So ITIC and TDoc, what did you like specifically about these two stocks?
What I like most about them is that they had a really good support level, and the simple moving average.
Right.
Was moving into the closing days.
Yeah, they were actually beautiful on both those points, so well done there. Last question I have for you, now you're done with the Retirement Underground, obviously doing great things with it. What course are you looking to move on to next?
I'm thinking of moving on to Codebreaker now.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites as well. I think that's what I started with actually, so you're definitely going to enjoy that. But anyway, thanks for the winning stock pick, and thanks for being on with me, Luke.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
All right, so a big thanks to Luke for coming on with us, and a much bigger thanks for giving me the winning stock pick. But we'll move right along into Trader's Handbook. It's kind of our toolbox, how we use different tools as traders. And we're going to go on here with the Profit Accelerator tool.
Yeah, this Profit Accelerator does exactly like the name says. You know, it takes one of your 10% gains and could turn it into 100%. It's one of my favorite tools in this handbook that we cover. It's not as technical. It's more of how you trade it. Basically, we're talking about options trading, and it's really not as scary as it seems. That's why we're going to simplify it all for you right here.
Yeah, I mean, options gets a bad rap. A lot of times you'll hear people who try it once, lose a bunch of money, and then just swear off it for the rest of their lives. You hear that story a lot, actually. And I mean, it's very common for people who don't have the right experience. We're going to give you that experience by showing you what to do here. We give ourselves low risk and big reward, and we really do that in 3 steps. Starting with step 1, all we're looking at right now is buying call options. There are 2 kinds, a call option and a put option. When you buy a call option, you want the underlying stock to go up. Whenever you buy a put option, you want the underlying stock to go down. Don't make it any more complicated than that. And because of the fact that one options contract gives you control of 100 shares of the underlying stock, you can see how this is a ton of leverage here and can give you massive profits very quickly.
Right, again, and we're going to move forward with the technical terms, and they're really not that technical at all. They're to confuse you, actually. Only the experts think they can trade options, but we're going to show you exactly how you can do it moving forward. The next term I want to cover is the strike price. Now, you'll see that whenever you have your options account open, your trade ticket open, you'll have selected the call option. You want the stock to go up. Your strike price now will be the next number that they provide above the actual price. So let's say the stock's sitting at $138, and the strike prices go up in increments of 5. You want to pick $140.
Yeah, and it's really just, I mean, to get slightly technical into it, it's the price you're agreeing to buy the underlying stock at. You don't really need to know all that. because with step 3, we're not worried about the expiration. We're not worried about waiting 3 months or 6 months or whatever you choose for the option to expire. You can use the sell to close order anytime to take your profits, especially with, we're going to get into something in a little bit where we're getting really, really fast returns using this Profit Accelerator. It's likely only open for a day or so. Depending on what strategy you're using, maybe it's open a week, a month, whatever it may be, you can close that trade anytime using the sell to close order, so you don't have to wait for expiration.
Right, that's a great point. Most people think that they have to hold on till expiration and buy the underlying shares, but the way we trade options, we buy the contract and then we sell the contract for a nice little profit. As you said, we're going to get to how you do this overnight, but just moving forward on options, we're going to use this this Trader's Handbook tool for our upcoming jackpot season. And this jackpot season actually starts October 9th, which is today. So we're good to go with this. That's why we want to hand you the options tool. But basically, the jackpot season is when companies report their earnings for the previous quarter.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically the earnings season. We call it jackpot season because we found this way to leverage it, to see what's happening, and to make massive gains on it. But again, earnings season is just the 4 quarters out of the year, whenever companies are reporting their earnings, reporting their stats, how they've done the previous quarter. And these, as you can expect, have a huge impact on the stock price. Basically overnight, they'll always report their earnings either after the market closes one day, before the market closes the next day. So you often see a huge spike one way or the other in the stock price. And this is actually how we're making these massive overnight gains. We can see which ones are going to have those big gains, and then we can use that Profit Accelerator tool we were just talking about, Jordan.
Right, it all comes down to a simple question. If a company beats its earnings and beats Wall Street expectations, what do you think the stock's going to do? Yeah, it's going to go up. It's going to jump. Because all Wall Street is, or all the stocks are, they're all valued on what Wall Street, the experts, professional investors, whatever you want to call them, what they believe the value of that stock is. Now, if that stock is valued at what the current company's valuation is, and that company reports better than expected, that stock price is guaranteed to go up.
Yeah, I mean, we've been picking these out left and right. I know Jordan just had a few last week that we were just talking about. And again, whenever we couple this with that Profit Accelerator tool, if the stock price just goes up 3, 4, 5% the next day, the option that we get into, that call option like we were talking to, it skyrockets. It could be 50%, 100% gains. We've seen more than that.
Right. I mean, last week I traded LEN, L-E-N. It went up 4% the next day. The stock did. I had a call option on it, and it gave me 100% gains. $1,000 turned into $2,000 overnight from a stock moving 4%.
Yeah, that's really incredible results, and it's stuff that's happening regularly for us, especially during these jackpot seasons. And the exciting thing is we're going to show you how to do this. This is all part of what's coming in this year's annual Wealth Summit here in early December. We're going to have our annual seminar like I was just talking about. We're going to show you, walk you through every single step using this. And I think, Jordan, we're going to have a button on the screen right now. You can go ahead and click that if you want some more details on that.
Yep. And all you need to do is book your flights down to Orlando, Florida. We've got great weather down here right now. It's just sitting by the pool every day, trading these earnings stocks, and just living the life. So come join us. It's going to be a great time. But in the same fashion as the jackpot season and our options trading, we want to move forward to a new versus round. This one we're going to do a little differently. We have done an earnings round before where we picked the stocks day of. And we went out to maybe 3 days ahead, and we reported what they did the next day. What we're going to do here is we're actually going to take you into our live accounts when we pick the stocks that we want to trade and invest in, and we're going to show you exactly what we're doing. We're going to show you the exact profits the next day.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to get into a trade right before it reports earnings, close it out right after it reports earnings. And again, using this Profit Accelerator tool, we should be in store for some huge gains. We're going to record those for you on our personal laptops. We'll be showing you in either next week or the following week's episode, so you have full access, basically a live demonstration of this in action. But again, the loser will have to endure punishment, so we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, definitely. And it's going to be a great versus round. We've got earnings piling in. Like we said, earnings season starts today. It's going to start picking up as we go. Some days there's 300, 400 companies we have to sift through, but it's all worth it when you wake up to that $1,000 payout, couple $1,000 payout, you know. So
yeah, that's absolutely right. I mean, we're extremely excited about this. You should be too, especially as we're inviting you in to learn everything about this. But for now, we're going to say thank you for watching, and we'll speak to you next time.
Thanks for watching the latest episode of WSI TV. Be sure to visit WSITV.com, where you can subscribe for free with no contract and gain instant access to the secrets of self-made millionaires via the WSI TV Vault. So go ahead and claim this gift for free now at WSITV.com.